Happy Tuesday, Run Try Bike community. It is election day here in the United States, and the stress levels are high. So we are going to do our best to bring some joy and laughter to you, which means that you will not be treated to the latest insights on how to get fitter or faster or anything like that. Instead, you're going to learn about which candy is the best to eat in the middle of a long ride. That's what we're talking about here. Today, I'm joined by Phaedra Kennedy, otherwise known as Coach PK. Her Instagram profile says that she is a midlife woman taking the guesswork out of endurance training through online and in-person coaching, which is great. But I'm more interested in knowing what pastry she ate during her ride this afternoon. So let's bring Phaedra onto the show and let's have some fun. Hey, Coach PK, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fantastic. I have a whole bunch of questions I normally start off with, but yesterday you decided to attack me on Instagram notes by saying chocolate chip cookie over oatmeal raisin cookie, and we need to get to the bottom of this. Why would you select such blasphemy?
What? Okay. I eat oatmeal for breakfast. If I'm going to have a cookie, I don't want something I have in my breakfast to be in a cookie.
First
Right?
mistake, having oatmeal for breakfast.
Okay.
I've seen the pastries you've posted. We got to go right to the croissants and some of the donuts, and then you can have an oatmeal raisin cookie later.
Well, there is a hierarchy of baked goods in my head.
Yes, let's hear it. I'm here for that.
So the hierarchy is, if there is a donut, I will have a donut first, always. That is just a given. If there is no donut and there is a croissant, I will have a croissant. A good croissant, because sometimes you get croissants and they're like, oh, what is this? There's no butter in here. And you can taste the fact that there's no butter in there.
None of
That's
that
just,
Starbucks nonsense.
yeah, that's BS. It's garbage. Throws in as you would say, it goes in the trash.
Right in the trash.
Right in the trash. And after that, things get a little muddier. I'd say a cookie is kind of in my top 5 things that I always see when I go out for rides in various coffee places. You don't always have a donut. But if there's donuts, scones, cookies, pastries, and like some kind of loaf. If I have to rate those, donut is number 1. Pastry, like a good croissant, is number 2. Cookies probably going to be number 3. Then a scone. I don't know. The scone and a loaf are kind of same.
I love
Same.
it. I love the idea of ranking these things. So now we have donuts as number 1. What's the number 1 donut for you?
Oh God. That is such
Yes.
a loaded question. Such a loaded question.
I'm going to win a Pulitzer Prize for these questions.
It's hard-hitting journalism, Jason. It's hard-hitting journalism.
Take that, Bob Woodward.
Yeah. I do like a cake donut. I think a cake donut is probably cake donut or sour cream donut. Definitely at the top of the list. And then I'll take something that's different, like something that's unique. If there's like a fancy donut shop that I'm happen to be at and they've got like I don't know, lavender lemon donut or something like that, I will try it.
There's a place here in LA called Sidecar. It's over in El Segundo, and it has exactly what you just described. They'll have like a boysenberry glazed donut, like just things you would never see at a typical donut shop.
Yeah.
If I'm going cake donut, blueberry with a lemon glaze, and it's like heaven, utopia, fireworks, all of the above.
I have never seen that, and I would
So
be
damn
all
good.
over that. All
So
over it.
damn good.
Yeah.
Croissants, are you going just butter, or are you like, yeah, I can take chocolate in there too?
Always chocolate. Always chocolate. Or today I had pistachio.
Ooh,
It was good.
very
It was
nice.
very good. Yeah, I will always eat, and sometimes almond. I quite like an almond croissant
Yes.
with the dense almond paste on the inside.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. I've had almond chocolate, also ridiculously good.
Are you a fan of pignoli cookies? Pignoli cookies?
What the hell are those?
They're almond paste cookies. They're an Italian cookie made from almond paste. They taste like
Ooh,
amaretto.
ooh,
Oh,
ooh.
so damn good. And they have pine nuts on them. So damn good. Oh,
Pine nuts.
yeah. So fantastic.
Mm.
All right, Italians, I need you to show up in our mentions. We need you to arm wrestle.
I might have to go. There's like the place that one of my favorite places for donuts is actually an Italian bakery, and they have like, oh my God, ridiculous amount. Your head would explode if you went in there.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
I need to find my way to Toronto and ride around.
you do,
So
but
let
they
me ask
probably
you this.
have those.
Do you have like routes that have different coffee shops? So if you're like, yeah, I feel like
100%.
doing 30K today, you have a coffee shop already as a destination?
100%. That is really the only way to ride in the city of Toronto. If you're gonna ride around the city, you need to have a destination. And I think pretty much any ride I do always has a coffee stop.
What's the
If I'm not training for anything and I'm just going to ride my bike, there's always a coffee stop and it's usually a destination.
what's the group text message? Is it just the coffee depot today, and that's all you send so people know how long the route is going to be and where you're going to be stopping mid-ride?
Yeah, yeah, it would be like, yes, usually it's like, okay, we're going to T3 today, or we're going to go to back roads today. So people know, okay, it's going to be, 50K or 60K or 125K, right? Yeah. So,
I
yeah.
love it. Have you had a person who's like, I don't really feel like riding 50K today, but I'll meet you there. What time are you starting, and what time do you think you'll get to that spot? And just drive and meet you there.
I have not had that happen yet, but I can think of a few people that would do that.
I would absolutely be on that list. I'd be like, I don't feel like riding today. I went for a 10K run. I'll just drive and meet you there for the coffee.
Yeah.
We just had Halloween, which is, give or take a week ago. And
Yes.
the last time we had you on a live show, we discussed best Halloween candy. And Athletic Katie was on the
No, it
show.
was
And
Easter candy.
it was Easter candy. You're
Easter
correct. I'm
candy.
sorry.
Yeah.
Well, either way, she presented the Reese's scrotum sack of chocolates to us.
Oh my God.
And I
Okay.
thankfully have not seen that. And I hope that Reese's decided to put that in the back burner. What was the Halloween candy of choice for you this year? What were you like? Yeah, I'm going to be eating this for a week.
Okay, sadly, we get no kids. None. Zero Halloween traffic at our house. And I don't know if
Interesting.
it's yeah, I think it's because we're on a main road, but we're in a townhouse complex that doesn't look like a townhouse complex. There's only 7 of us in this complex, so it's a very long driveway. And from the street, I'm gonna say as a kid, it would look a little creepy. So totally understand why we don't get kids. In our old neighborhood, oh my God, we would run out of candy. The first year we lived in that house, we ran out of candy in 30 minutes. We were like,
Wow.
oh fuck, get in the house, lock the door, turn out the lights. So we learned really quickly that we needed to buy way more than what we thought. So yeah, I would not leave my husband to get the candy. It's like, I want certain things because I know I'm going to be eating them.
Okay, so it's not because he just picks out any bag and it's like full of Tootsie Rolls and Milk Duds.
No, I have particular tastes. So I'm a big fan of, I don't know if you guys get them in the States, Coffee Crisp.
No, but that sounds
Oh,
fantastic.
it's a nice light snack. All you Canadians watching will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's basically like wafer. It's a wafer bar. You'll have to Google it after. And like the filling is kind of like a little bit, I don't know, like a creamy filling. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's crunchy. And it's got a coffee flavor in it.
Oh,
It's delicious. I love it. That and mini O. Henry's. Done.
I haven't heard the name O. Henry in ages. That is
Mm.
some old school candy right there.
Oh, I love O. Henry's. Oh my God. Yeah.
Shout out to our friends at Seven Summit Snacks. I've been using their chocolate candy bars on our rides. They are designed for endurance athletes,
Ooh.
and they're called Seven Summit Snacks. They're out of Canada, as a matter of fact, and I love them.
Okay.
I love them. They have a coffee bean one, they have a vanilla one, they have a PB&J one, and they have a chocolate mint one. And I, so damn good. They are
And
so.
what are they, like chocolate bars
It's literally a
or
chocolate bar, just like like if you had a Snickers, but they don't melt, and they're packaged like a gel would be. So you have like the little tear top. So you
Yes.
can just squeeze it from the bottom if it starts to melt, and it's like a goo, but it is in the form of chocolate, and it maintains its form for a very long time. They're
Okay.
phenomenal.
Thank you for that tip. Duly noted. I am filing that under I for important information.
That's right. All the Coach PK athletes will have that on their nutrition plan
Yeah.
come the next racing
7
season.
Summit. Okay.
So damn good.
Yeah.
All right, so we are in fall. It
Mhm.
is getting dark earlier, which means it's colder. So we're hitting up the coffee shops. Are you going pumpkin spice or are you going apple cider?
Oh god. Let's see, I don't know. On a ride, if I'm not having coffee, it's just not it's wrong. So I guess it would be pumpkin spice, even though I used to be a huge pumpkin spice fan. And then I don't know what happened. Over the years, I was just like,
You saw the light.
this I saw the light. Well, I think it's also that they start forcing you down your throat in August.
That's
Go
it.
away. It's
That's it.
August. It's
Like
summer.
exactly. If the humidity's still at 85%, there is zero reason for you to be selling me pumpkin spice Starbucks. Get it out of here.
Yes, exactly. 100%. So, this year I had 0 pumpkin spice drinks at all. None. Nada. And I only had 1 pumpkin flavored treat. I was away for our Thanksgiving. So while I was away, my mom, I always go to my folks for Thanksgiving with a big family thing. And my sister was there. She sent me an email with a picture of the pumpkin pie my mom made. My mom was like, "You send that to Phaedra." I was like, "Oh, cruel, cruel." I love my mom's pumpkin pie.
Kind
And
of
I
like
was in the
chocolate chip cookie notes being dropped in our mentions.
exactly,
Cruel.
exactly like that. Cruel. But like I was in the UK. They don't pumpkin. What is pumpkin over there?
Really?
I, I found there was pumpkin spice coffee stuff around, but pumpkin pie anything? No. I mean, did I look hard enough? Not really. But, here, I'd
Yeah.
find it everywhere. And
Yeah.
there, I was like, there's no pumpkin anything
It's
here.
everywhere here in the States. You go to Home
Yeah.
Depot to buy a box of nails, and it's like, here's your pumpkin spice nails. Like, get out of
Yeah.
here, man. It's nails. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. I missed it.
One of the things I love talking to you about is desserts because you're a person who just loves desserts and posts about them, on a consistent basis. So let's go to cake.
Mhm.
What's the cake that you would absolutely devour without even thinking twice? You might not even want to use a fork. You love the cake flavor so much.
Ooh, flavor. Okay. I was thinking more cake style.
Well, hit me up with that. What would be a cake style? Like 7 tiers?
No, like a
10 layer?
pound cake versus
Oh,
like vanilla cake. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Give me a pound cake. I
Yeah.
I like dense cake, um, with an
Do you toast it?
icing,
Do you toast your
toasted.
pound cake?
What are you talking
Yes.
about?
You gotta toast it, lightly toast it, and then add some, vanilla ice cream to to the top of it.
Oh, oh god. Okay, yeah, I think I might have to try that.
Yeah,
I would just have it warm versus toasted. But
yeah,
okay.
toast it just a little bit. You don't wanna make it like you're gonna make a sandwich, but
No.
you toast it just a little bit because then the butter on the top gets a little glistening from the warmth.
Oh,
Yeah, you
god.
see? We're all drooling. We're gonna have to change the name of the show to The Drooling Show.
It really should just be about food. This show should just be
100%.
purely about food.
It's hilarious when Ohm hosts the Fiery Ember show. He's like, "So, tell me about your time in triathlon." And I'm like, "I don't give a shit. Like, I just want to talk about food."
The hallmark of a true endurance athlete. All we think about really is food.
All right. So, but you still have to answer the flavor. Oh my
Oh,
goodness! I just realized I have the wrong name up here.
I know you're on today.
Yeah, I got to edit that name. This is
Yeah.
hilarious.
Flavor. Oh God. Um, that's a really difficult question. I do love vanilla. Um, if I could have it my way, I would have vanilla and chocolate. One
Yeah,
layer of vanilla, one layer of chocolate.
buttercream in between.
Yes. Yes, but not overly sweet. Sometimes people overdo it with the buttercream and it's
Yeah.
too sweet. I want the creamy, but not like too much icing sugar because then that just hurts my teeth.
We had Victor Lobato on the show yesterday, and I've come to realize that I love raisins, period. Oatmeal raisin cookie, carrot cake with raisins in them. Like, I was like, goodness gracious, I just love raisinets, like pass the raisins. So if I'm answering the question, it's got to be, carrot cake with raisins. Oh, heaven. I don't even know if I need a fork. Just give it to me. I'll pick it up on my hand, just smash the whole thing in my face.
I do love a good carrot cake. Now, question for you. Have you had carrot cake with pineapple in it?
I have, and it's actually really good. As
Mhm.
long as you don't bite the pineapple directly, right? Because that shot of acidity is a little bit too overwhelming sometimes. So if
Yes.
you're chewing around it and you get that moisture kick in there,
Yeah,
that's
it's
good.
good.
I would vote for. But again, cake and pizza are not anywhere near the being the same thing. So we're clear.
Agreed. Pineapple does not belong on pizza.
I asked
Um,
John Gray this question. When you decide to get a pizza for dinner, do you say to your husband, I'm going to go get pizza, or I want to order pizza? Or do you say, I'm going to order a cheese pie? I'm going to go pick it up from the pizza joint. I'm going to go pick it up from the pizza place. Like, what's the order sound like?
I'm gonna order a pizza. That's what we say.
Yeah, maybe it's just a New York thing because I'm like, I'm going to go get a pie from the pizza joint down the street. Like, that's how I would
100% New
say it.
York thing. 100% New York thing. Yes. New Yorker, maybe Chicago. You
John was
two states have your own language around
I w
pizza, I think.
Detroit probably has to say that too, I would think, but theirs is a square, so I don't know if it would be more like, "I'm gonna go order a sheet cake pizza," as opposed to a pie.
Sheet cake pizza. Square pizza is just wrong, I think.
What's wrong about it? I wanna hear this. I love it.
I
Hot
don't
takes.
know. It's always I just like round pizza. It's just symmetry. I don't know. I don't square pizza to me reminds me of the bad pizza I had in grade school. The party size pizza, right? Where you just have pepperoni on it and cheese. And it's like, I don't know. It was always disappointing.
I always hated the middle pieces, like, dude, there's no
Oh, the
crust, there's
worst.
nothing to hang on to.
Worst. Crust is the best.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Like, in New York, you get the drippings, the grease falls out onto the plate, and you take your little crust bones and you swipe up the grease so that you can get it all in. Like, you can't skip out on that stuff.
Crust bones.
I got a lot of rules when it comes to pizza. Like, if you're eating pizza with me, don't take out a napkin and dab off the grease top. Like, that's the whole point of the pizza. That's where all the flavor is. Why are you putting that on a napkin? Get
It's
out of
true.
here.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. Do you fold it?
Yeah, you have yes.
Yeah.
Who are these people that are just like eating it flat? Why?
Yeah, it's easier to shove in your face when it's folded.
Yeah. The only like Ohm and I were in Moab, Utah, and we went to this Italian restaurant after his race, and we were there, and everybody's ordering pizza. And he he orders a plain pizza because look, you're eating with me, pineapple's nowhere to be found. And he asks the lady if they have ranch dressing. And exactly. And she looked at him and she said to him, "We don't do that here." And I was like, "Yes, we don't do that here is right." Like, I didn't even have to say it.
He wanted to dip his crust in the ranch
Yeah,
dressing?
like, dude, this is not a salad, it's pizza.
Oh. Yeah, you know what? There's a pizza place here that does that. It's a chain pizza place, and you can get dipping sauces for your crust, like, you can get garlic or I don't know what else. Yeah, it's kinda gross. I just wanna eat if I'm gonna like, I just wanna eat the crust plain. I don't need to put it in anything.
Yeah, if the pizza's good, you don't need anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
It's
would you make that statement for most foods? Like, if the steak is cooked well, you don't need any sauce next to it. If the
agreed.
right?
100%.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel the same way. Like, if it's cooked right, like, I don't need any like accoutrements to it. Like,
No,
just
I was
hand
literally just about to say accoutrement.
we are showing our age here, Phaedra.
Yeah, no.
our,
Get out of
our
my head.
our advertising and marketing experience and age just showed up at the same time.
Totally. Totally.
Do you,
Oh,
do you have a favorite place to go to for like a comfort meal at home where you are?
oh, that's a good question. I don't we don't always go out for dinner. There is an Italian place that I quite like, and it's a chain, but it's a small chain. There's only a few of them in the city, and they make excellent pizza. Their pasta is so good. So good. It's called Nodo, and, I would say that that would probably be the place that I would go, especially if I want a really good, pasta dish. It
What
there is, like
What's the go-to pasta dish for
so
you?
they have I like their bolognese is delicious, but their duck ragu is also, holy cow, awesome.
Yes, I love
Yeah,
reactions like that.
yeah.
Stanley Tucci used to have a show, I think it was on
Oh,
CNN,
I love him. I love
right?
him, and I know the show you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I wanna go across Italy and shove all that food that
Yes.
he cooked in my face.
Yes. One of my favorite episodes is he goes to the Dolomites on the border of Italy and Switzerland, and he's just drinking coffee and eating chocolate while the snow-capped mountains are behind him. And I was like, that's heaven. Like that's
Yeah.
exactly what my heaven would look like.
Yep.
But I bring him up because at one point he was eating a dish and he just looked in the camera and he goes, God damn, this is so good. And if you can have that reaction to food, you know it's the
Yep.
best thing you've eaten, without a
Yep.
doubt.
Yep. And he's a cook, he cooks.
Yes. We have
So
a handful of comments from Badwater06 on our Instagram feed. He says that when I run, I usually stop somewhere for beer. They are asking what part of Canada do you live in, which I believe is in the Toronto area,
Toronto,
and
yep.
then mentions the O. Henry heiress on Seinfeld getting sued for walking around the city with just a bra top, which is not a lie. Um, John Gray from Pretty Neat Performance on YouTube has just commented, "Ranch for pizza. We need to have an intervention for him."
Yes. Yes.
I love this.
Yes.
You guys are getting me excited about just launching a food show.
I think endurance athletes are quite passionate about these
There is no doubt.
things,
There is
right?
no doubt. Like when I
Yeah.
finish racing, like I absolutely want pizza. It's like 100% got to have pizza. It doesn't matter what else they're serving there. But I will tell you, one of the best things I've ever eaten, and I'm going to pass this off to you after I say this. I raced Ironman Chattanooga the inaugural year, and they had Little Debbie's there,
Oh.
and they were serving the peanut butter pies after the race. Oh my goodness! Like I didn't have enough hands to carry all the peanut butter pies. I was just taking from the volunteer. So post race, what's one of the things that you've eaten that you were like, oh my god, this is the best thing I've ever had?
I had, like, no question when I did Tremblant 70.3, so you're in Quebec, poutine,
Oh, post race.
post-race, and a beer. Oh, oh,
Oh,
it was the gravy was, like, salty, the fries were perfect, the cheese curds were melty. I was just like, "Ah." It was gone in, like, no time.
it's
I
the
wanted a
best.
second, but, you know.
I've shared this
Yeah.
story before. One of the weirdest, craziest, good for you foods I've ever seen eaten during a race was the 2011 Ironman Texas. It's 109 degrees out. I mean, it's just boiling out there. And you go into the special needs of the run, and I see this dude pulling out a Whopper. And at first, it was like, good for you, man. Like, you're gonna be out here for a while. You got your Whopper. And then I realized like he had to put that in the bag the
Oh
night
god.
before, the morning of, and it's been
Oh,
sitting out baking all day, that mayonnaise
gag.
and that ketchup just coagulating. I was like,
Oh,
he's gonna see that Whopper somewhere in about the next 5 to 10 miles again. There's no doubt about it.
100%. That is nasty. Nasty.
Could you imagine eating something that heavy in the middle of an Ironman run or even a half
No.
Ironman run?
No, no. Like, the head like, I had my first Ironman in my special needs bag, I had a peanut butter and Nutella sandwich on Wonder Bread, like white bread, and that it was warm, so it got a little melty. Oh my god, that was heaven, and I had a little mini thing of Pringles chips, plain Pringles, and I basically took the sandwich, shoved it in my pocket, and then I took a handful of the Pringles and just let them sit in my mouth. I wanted the salt and
Yes.
let them melt because they're good for that, right? They're thin
Yeah.
enough that you could just like let them melt and then have the sandwich later after it got even gooier. Oh, so good.
Um, did you know that Smuckers makes a Nutella Uncrustables now?
I keep hearing people talking about these Uncrustables things. I mean, maybe it's because I don't look down that aisle in the grocery store. I don't know, but now I feel like I'm missing out on something.
You
I need to
absolutely
go
are.
and check these out.
Like, so, your jersey pocket on your cycling kit has 3 pockets back there, right? So typically for me, the phone is in the middle one. On the left-hand side is usually keys and credit cards or whatever, and then on the right-hand side is the Uncrustables pouch. So you could just reach back there as you're riding, slam the whole thing while you're out there enjoying, a flat section. You don't want it in your hand as you're trying to climb and you're squeezing the shit out of it and it's going all over the place.
Yeah, that's just messy, and we don't need that.
You don't need that.
Nobody got
Nobody
time
wants
for
to
that.
see that anywhere.
No, exactly. Especially if it's brown. It's just bad.
Definitely not. Don't be wearing a white kit while you're at it either, pal.
No, no, very bad. It's very bad and questionable look. You'll get weird looks from strangers for sure.
100%. I know Rose Scoville posted about she had a white cycling jersey on a few months ago, and it looked so damn cool. I was like, "That's a great looking cycling jersey." And she's like, "Yeah, as long as it's the cycling jersey and not the bib shorts, we're cool." I was like,
Oh, yeah.
"Absolutely,
I think people like white bibs takes a certain amount of I don't give a shit
yeah, without a
and
doubt,
balls, like
yes,
really.
zero doubt." Our time is coming to an end, so I have to ask this question. In the
Mhm.
movie Mars, Matt Damon ends up, stranded on the planet and he's eating potatoes for the rest of his life up there. So before you get into the rocket ship with Matt Damon, what's the last meal you're going to eat before you end up eating potatoes for the rest of your life?
Oh god. Okay, I would have to say a really good burger that has, like, smoked cheddar,
Ooh.
avocado, caramelized onions,
Oh,
a little bit of garlic mayo, maybe some smoked ketchup. I really like the smoky
I see that.
stuff.
I like it.
And then some nice fries that are like crispy on the outside, but a little bit soft on the inside. Like I like crispy fries, salty, maybe a chocolate milkshake. And
Yes.
then, oh yeah, I'm gonna like pile it in. And
Pile it
then
on.
probably some kind of cake donut to finish. And then a latte because I will never have another latte again if I'm in space with Matt Damon and
That's
there's only
right.
potatoes. And,
That's right.
really, I need to be a nice human being for at least the flight out, so
You'll be taking a nap on the flight out with all that food.
probably.
The way to make those crunchy on the outside, creamy on the inside, French fries is twice fried. So you fry them once so
Ooh,
that they sort of get soft. You take them out, you let them rest a little bit, put some salt on them, and then throw them back in. And you fry them a second time so they get golden on the outside and they're already soft on the inside.
hot damn. Now I want french fries for dinner.
There you go. Phaedra, thank you for joining me on our Fiery Ember show. It's always a blast when we get to chat. And for those of you who are just tuning in, don't worry. It'll be on our Instagram feed here in a moment. And then you'll also be able to get it wherever you get podcasts by the end of the week. Phaedra, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me.
No problem, you too.